Action.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, I'm broadcasting live from here. Badass. I'm Shopping Point. I'm not. You are. Feels like I haven't been here in 100 years for some reason. A little off. Jeff's back. No OG Sunday because Dave crashed his bike.
Yeah, Dave's dead, just like the Blues.
Dave loses fucking like 700 pounds and he thinks he's what is he doing, like a half pike or something like that? Doing Tony Hawk or something like that? Yeah.
I think it's called a half pipe.
It's not a pipe, P-I-P. No, it's pike, I think, right?
Pike? Oh, never mind. I
think. I don't know. I never do that skateboarding stuff when I was a kid. I was more into acid and weed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, says a lot. Hey, do you have a problem with the title? H3, do you have a problem with the title? It's just a joke.
I mean, you follow the Willie Mac template.
Yeah. Just blame Willie Mac. Or yourself. Conservatives got triggered over jokes.
What's this?
I told, and mass reported me. Definitely don't agree with that. I don't know why. Here's another thing. Here's the thing that's bullshit about that, right? Thanks, next quick. Right off the bat. You know people at YouTube. If it was just that, you're going to get the thing reversed. Yeah. Although, I think you sent me, like, we have a screenshot. I don't think we have it, like, available. But we have it with screenshots that he got bullying and harassment.
Right.
That does make me think that it's more than likely a mass flag, if that's true. But I'm pretty sure if it was just like some bullshit mass flagging, especially on a topic like this, they would have sided with you. And I guess this is the...
What'd he say?
Oh, you don't even know?
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, we have the context right here. So.
Oh, right here, Jeff. So, where have you been?
Okay.
I don't know how to make this.
Watching playoff hockey.
Oh.
Right,
Maybe
don't make it.
But it's good. I mean, it's a good job.
Don't make it.
Is it?
We're trying
I'm just
to
saying,
wrap
if you're going to
up.
shoot up anything,
Don't make it.
manager is making you sing, we are
Got
here
it.
at Walmart. I
Got
get
it.
Like, if they show, okay, if there was a shooting at Walmart, and then they
Got
show,
it.
Wait, stop.
There was a shooting at Walmart. This is very insensitive. Stop making this joke.
And
There's
then
literally a
let me
shooting at
finish.
Walmart.
Oh, they're all
Don't
telling him
finish-
to knock it off.
Finish it when it's cutting out.
Let me finish. And then they said, they showed me that video and said, this is what they were doing the day before. I'd be like, that's horrible, but I get it. I'm a comedian. Someone said, it just wasn't funny, Ethan.
Well, no, they cut it out. Like, I saw it.
No, I sent you the link to it. It's the first link I sent you.
Horseshit. All right, let's see this fucking again. Why is that? I look like I'm in a goddamn... Why is that so bright? I don't know. What the hell? Where's Jeff?
No idea.
All right, here we go. Ethan's great NRA meeting idea.
Okay.
Hopeless.
Here we
I
go.
feel like there's zero hope.
Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering. So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back immediately.
Everything but violence.
Just rewind time.
Hey, look at her. She knows what he did.
Yeah.
Let me.
Can we cut back?
I got a little carried away there. Nobody bombed the building. All right, I take that back. Thank you. I took it a little too. I got a little passionate there. Let's roll it back.
You ever notice when these guys fuck up royally? It's not that bad because it's passion. You know, you could be passionate about killing kids. You could be passionate about, you know, slaughtering kittens. You know, I mean, big deal. Like, I don't know why passion has ever been an excuse in human history. You know, Hitler was very passionate. Stalin was a passionate person. Like, passion, like that means something.
How do we go back in time?
Rewind time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's protest that building. Let's bomb it with emotional protest.
A love bomb.
In Minecraft.
He is terribly
Let's
unfunny.
love bomb it.
Yeah, he used to be kind of funny. So he said, I got banned for a week. See, I don't buy that. If YouTube didn't have a problem with this, I think he got it reversed. I mean, it just makes a certain amount of sense. Conservatives got triggered over jokes I told. I love how he's reversing that. Because it wouldn't be funny, or it wouldn't be a joke, or it's, you know, by the way, I'll make it clear. I mean, I don't think you should. I think it's in the spectrum of, well, that's not really a good way to put it. In the vein of it being, how do I put this? I'm trying not too stupid. In the vein of, oh, fuck it. Look, as far as hypocrisy goes, like it's 1,000,000%. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, if he didn't hear passion in their voice, well, like that matters. It would have been, you know, unacceptable, call to violence and everything like that, which it isn't. Let me be very clear. H3 did not call for violence. He did make a joke about violence. The problem is, him and his ilk don't give the same quarter to people that are at different end of the political spectrum.
Yeah.
That's it. That's really what it comes down to. The fact that he got taken down for this is really just a situation being hoisted by his own petard. Ethan Klein is the king of cancel culture on YouTube. And he actually gets fucked by it more than most. If you want to go back to last summer with the stuff he said about, you know, Keem being P-word.
Yeah, you think he'd be able to connect those dots, but, you know.
You know, it's not just him. It's not just him. It's the same crowd and the same thing is like, well, hate speech should be illegal. And you explain to them the reason hate speech isn't illegal is because what happens is that people have divergent opinion. No matter what it is, it's hate speech. You can't have a hate speech law because it gets used as a political weapon to silence and oppress your opponents. And that's what I was always was told growing up. And at one time, even here in Europe, they had laws like that. But and you see, as soon as they started putting speech laws in Europe, they started using against political enemies. Count Dankula being probably the greatest example. They saw him as, the white working class guy that needed to be made an example of over what was clearly a joke.
Right.
I told jokes. They only care about dead kids as much. If they only cared about dead kids as much as they do jokes. No, it's just yeah. So he can't see that. He can't see the other end. The reason you have there's no you can't punish hate speech is because it can be used against you. He can't see the fact that if I run around trying to cancel James Charles and everybody else, and only seeing things through a lens of complete and total pessimism of the people that I find, the people's politics that I find unappealing, that it's just going to get used against you. If they only cared about dead kids as much as jokes. Well, here's my joke. You like dead kids. And I think a lot of, with people like this, you got to start throwing that back. Normally I would say that's out of line. But, and there's no excuse for censorship. But if you're going to say things like, people that are pro-guns don't care about these kids, well, we can say you enjoy when kids get killed. I think that's completely fair. And I think to some extent it's true. And I think it's that, yeah, some people are more into guns than they worry about kids. There's probably some truth in that. That's why it's funny, right? That's why the joke's funny, right, Ethan? Well, I think, and I'm sure a lot of people in this audience tend to feel that, when these they do fist pumps. I'm absolutely sure they do fist pumps when all these people die. Because you don't see the fist pump when that guy started running over people in Wisconsin right after the Rittenhouse thing. That kind of fell out of the media real quick. What about the guy that killed those people in Brooklyn a couple weeks back? Was it 2 months ago? Tops?
Yeah, the subway train guy.
Nothing.
It was
Nothing.
like a month and a half ago.
Nothing.
That was a story for like all of 10 minutes.
Wasn't there a politician that got killed or attempted murder of some BLM activist? I think I seem to remember hearing. Look that up.
Are you talking about the politicians that got shot at the baseball field?
No. I'm talking about like within the last 12 months. Some BLM activist tried to kill a politician. I don't know if that's true or not. Go look up that. BLM activist arrested for attempted murder. See if you can find that. I don't want to put fake news out there. God forbid. So you have the Brooklyn, you have the thing, and I think that's the third one. And there's just, it's really tough for me to believe that you give a rat's ass about these things. And another thing that gets me about this, if you really wanted some kind of gun control, which I think, they always point to this, most Americans are for gun control. Yes, that's probably true. But when it actually gets, when common sense gun laws get written down on paper, they don't look very common sense. In fact, it looks like, give me your guns. And look no further than the states that have gun control. New York, New Jersey, where I'm from, Illinois. California. It's impossible to own a gun unless you live in a rural area for self-defense or anything. You think if you were a working class guy that was in a low-end neighborhood that never broke the law and had any other kind of problems, and grow, you would think that that's the one person that really needs a gun more than anybody else. It's impossible. Try getting a concealed carry in New York.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So when I hear common sense gun laws, they're appealing to people that would probably want to make it more difficult to own a gun like this wacko did down in Texas. But that's not what it's so clearly a lie. It's not what they want. And then, the new thing is to attack people that are something I've been saying for years in the show, if you've been watching, and put a 1 in the chat area. You can't lock up anybody anymore for anything. Anything. They really need to start empowering doctors to put the psychotic under evaluation. Like they used to when I was a kid. What did Carlin say? The kid who ate too many marbles didn't grow up to have kids of his own. Well, you started fucking killing cats and shit when I was a kid. So long ago when dinosaurs roamed the earth. They locked you up. No trial. No anything like that. It was psychiatric. You tried to kill yourself. That's another thing too. If you said you wanted to kill yourself one too many times, they locked you up. When you were a minor. You spilled the legs off of Daddy Longleg, they locked you up. We stopped that sometime in the late 90s. Oh, when did Columbine happen?
Late 90s.
Bingo. So, to sit there and to excuse all of this to mental health is stupid. To reject it all is just as insane. To sit there and say, I'm not trying to sit in the middle of the world. Look, if a state wants, I'm a states' rights guy. If the state wants strict gun laws, as long as they're not unconstitutional, I'm in essence for it. Or at least what the state doesn't want that.
I'm in.
Yeah, you'll probably get more people. Well, I think it goes down to abortion too. You got a lot of people that were people I know that were pro-abortion when I was young, and then they're like, I'm glad they're getting rid of Roe v. Wade. I was like, why is that? You're always pro-abortion. It's like, I still am. But now it's up to 9 months. I'm for it for the first 3. But no, it's got to be across the board. And and nobody believes the anti-gun crowd when they say common sense gun laws. Nobody believes it, not for a second.
No.
Nobody believes that, and especially when it's on paper. Or when they use an arbitrary term like assault rifle. Well, right, guess what they talked about when I was a kid? Handguns. When assault rifles were illegal. And the assault rifle is the one weapon that could make the difference if your government goes nuts. Interesting how they're concentrating on that. When I was, there was a lot more, there wasn't many school shootings when I was a kid. But they wanted your fucking handguns. I remember Michael Moore saying when I was a kid that you really should only be able to own a shotgun. Well, that's interesting. Remember Columbine? I do. Most of the murders were done with shotguns. So what really comes down to it is they'll win the victory on assault rifles, then they'll go after handguns, and then they'll do what they do in Australia. And for all you Marxists out there, what did Marx say? Something like the proletariat will not be disarmed? Well, he said that for a reason. So the government starts coming down on you, you can protect yourself, or at least are afraid to move on you. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, how do you get the guns out of these wackos' hands? I probably can't answer that. I'm not equipped. But here's what I do know. If everybody's on a binary end of this issue, where it's all guns, I'm gonna lie to your face and tell you it's not all guns, but it is. And there'll be no give on the other side. You're not going to pass the fucking thing. This thing's going to be, I hate to tell you, I'm pretty sure, just like if you really think about it, Sandy Hook was over at about, as soon as Obama lost, he didn't have the votes to make changes, and it died. And we've had how many shootings since then in schools?
Probably more than, like 50?
Yeah, but then he goes for 2 weeks and they die. Because nobody's serious about it. Nobody's serious about it. I mean, and that's what I say, there's a fist pump every time that some idiot goes and shoots up a school. And then you have people saying, Republicans, pro-gun lobby, they like dead kids. Oh, so I think you like dead kids. How about that? Nobody likes dead kids. I don't think Republicans or Democrats like that for the most part. But I do wonder about people in government. I do. Just the way they behave. The way they behave is ridiculous. They behave like Ethan Klein. I love how he's using all the stuff that he wouldn't tolerate, just triggered by jokes. This is the stuff that usually the people you're criticizing use as explanation. That being said, I've never received so many death threats and anti-Semitic shit in my life. A lot of conservatives really, really hate Jews. I mean, and I hate to say it. Now, I know Ethan Klein's not in Washington. I hear people in Washington all the time, politicians, say crazy shit like this. They use the word white as a what's the word for that when you call somebody a name?
A slur?
Not a slur. Forget it. I was thinking about it all the time. I've been away from this too long. Leaping Lizard. Ethan's been spewing so much shit out of his mouth lately. He says he's starting to get jealous.
A pejorative?
Pejorative, yeah. White is used as pejorative by politicians, people that are elected. I'm not talking about a few whacks on campus all the time. What do you expect to get done? I don't think they expect anything to get done. I think you got a situation where people are terrified we're going to end up like Australia for good reason. You didn't see any Democrats speaking out about what was going on in Australia during COVID.
Of course not.
No. You didn't really see you didn't see a hell of a lot of interest about people using, their businesses being turned down during the George Floyd riots. And that brings me to Obama. He even connected Floyd to this. I had somebody tell me. Did you see Obama's?
It sucks those kids. It sucks those kids died.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I buy. I kind of dismissed this right away. But I know Barack Obama isn't a stupid man. I would never. I don't think I ever said he was stupid. Read this. Look at this. Look at this. This is why, and this is also a good reason why I'll never get done. We agree for the children of. How do you say it? Vialdi? I don't know if I'm saying it right because I haven't really talked to anybody in 5 days.
I don't know how to say
Vialdi today. We should take time to recognize the past 2 years since the murder of George Floyd under the knee of a police officer.
That's good.
His killing stays with us to this day, especially those who love them. Now, one might be able to tell, okay, maybe he's just drunk when he wrote that. Maybe he's insensitive. I don't think so.
Cafefe.
Yeah, like, I don't think this is a cafefe. He's always been a very
I don't
measured
either.
man. Is he trying to invoke a rebellion? I mean, all Trump said was go home. What the fuck's this got to do with Floyd? Now, clearly those cops are fucking awful over there. Lying to everybody what they did. And I have an inside source down there. Some of you might know how. I'm not going to go into it. From what I'm being told is the local police department, and they tell you this in the Army all the time, the worst thing you can do is freeze. That's what happened. They froze. The management froze. The police chief froze. Didn't know what to do. And this is the kind of result you get when somebody freezes. George Floyd? Are you kidding me? What happened to George Floyd is awful, but this almost seems like, what was George Floyd about? The police. Police mismanagement, corruption, lack of training. Is he trying to sow distrust? That's bizarre, and I don't think he's stupid. Because that's a stupid thing to say.
I don't either.
No, I had to be kind of convinced. It's like, I don't know. It seemed like a kind of a hot take, but so's this. The aftermath of the murder, a new generation of activists. Yeah, now I'm buying it. This is rose up the channel. They're organized kids. Now we're talking about activism. It seems like he's trying to channel the legitimate anger over these kids being killed, almost to like a revolutionary rebellion. These are the words of revolutionaries. This is why I can't take anybody with the January 6th stuff seriously.
Worse than 9/11, by the way.
And Trayvon Martin? Trayvon Martin wasn't killed illegitimately. He attacked a guy with a gun. Not unlike that stupid ass in Wisconsin with a skateboard. You can't do that over there. That's been almost 10 years, Inspired by these are all connected tweets. They almost look like they're disjointed. I always thought he was a radical and just hit it well. I don't think this is like a mask off moment. I don't think it's a miscalculation. He's a measured man. He's a smart man. And he always behaved as if he was above the job.
No, that's
bizarre. That's bizarre. Yeah, it feels deliberate.
That's deliberate.
That's deliberate. It's a lot worse than saying, okay, everybody go home, we love you. I know. Thomas, I don't think more than that, Nesquik. See, I think with like everything, nothing works for them. You got inflation, country's falling apart. Like they can't even seem to hold on to COVID, even though they really like to. If you go to any city run by these people, it's a shithole, crime-ridden shithole. Especially if you're, I don't know, a minority. If you're white,
but they're there to help them, Tommy.
Yeah, no, never helped anybody.
No.
I just don't think these people are serious about this stuff. That's why I think they fist pump. They're barely American, except when somebody knocks over a picture in the Capitol. Everybody's a big patriot and horrified by it. I mean, come on, you believe that? I don't believe that. I think they were fucking doing high fives during January 6th. In every situation, I mean, like, we have a legitimate catastrophe in Texas. But every situation is catastrophized. Everything's a catastrophe. Trump being elected is a catastrophe. A tweet's a catastrophe. And we've got fucking 5 years of this shit. It's comical. Comical. Nobody gives a shit. They just don't give a shit for different reasons. On one hand, you got your gun nuts. And the other hand, you got people that want to, run everything about your life. And they don't care if it doesn't work either. We've seen that. If it doesn't work, do it harder. Let's see what this crybaby wants. The guy's probably more than likely funding his lawsuit.
Welcome, folks. So in Friday's episode of the H3 podcast, they were discussing a convention the National Rifle Association hosted in Texas just days after the Uvalde massacre. And during that conversation, Ethan Klein made several tongue-in-cheek comments. One joke specific.
It's so funny coming from him because he's one of those guys that pretend there's no sarcasm or nuance to a wild comment. It's so funny, but now we apply the standard to Ethan. That's another reason, they get that. Like, people see this shit. They see the hypocrisy. They see the double standard. Guy in Brooklyn, out of the news. This we'll keep it on forever.
Specifically, seemed to touch a nerve for several far-right commentators on Twitter. Now, I cannot.
Everybody's far right.
Everybody's far right.
Everybody's far right. Everything's binary. Good and evil. On and off.
Play back that comment by Ethan right now, because not only did H3 remove that from their podcast episode following the live stream, but YouTube has since taken down the episode.
Is that true? Bullying and harassment.
Yeah, it's the screenshot.
So he removed it. Yeah, he removed it. He didn't get a strike. He got one anyway. This is bullshit, though. If you're fucking screaming and yelling and crying about free speech,
bullying and harassing,
harassment, you reported him for bullying and harassment, and I actually like to see the link to that video to see if that's true.
I did
so
it.
I don't want to.
It did go to that. All right, that's all I needed to hear then.
Risk having this video taken down, but Ethan essentially said in his comment that something should happen to the building where the NRA was having their convention. And interestingly enough, the far-right trolls sharing this clip on Twitter are sharing a version of it which cuts immediately after Ethan makes the comment about what he thinks should happen to the building the NRA is having their convention in. However, what follows in the actual
is in Minecraft
context of the clip is this.
Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back immediately.
Everything but.
Is he literally saying my bad is going to make this better? It wouldn't make it better for him. That's essentially what he said. I want to know how Donald Trump Jr. got involved in this. I'm mildly interested in that.
Fantastic IG.
Let me.
Can we cut back?
Yeah, they're acting like nobody knew it was a joke. I think they knew it was a joke. Let me the far right, everything's political on Deaf Noodles now. He's so ill-equipped. The guy's got an IQ of a hockey puck. Well, where does Donald Trump Jr. have to do with this? All his Jeremy, all his political enemies. There we go.
The new contender for biggest dumb fuck on the internet.
Ethan Klein has 2.9 million subscribers on YouTube and has made multiple encouragements for violence and death against conservatives.
Yes, folks, Donald Trump Jr.
It is kind of funny. It is kind of funny that they're doing the shit they do to other people's being done to them. I have to admit, it's funny. It's still bullshit.
Trump Jr.'s IG is just one giant meme account.
I know.
Jr. had some thoughts to share about this whole situation. Guess he wanted to take a break from doing all that coke.
They're taking this more seriously than...
Jesus. Aren't you suing somebody for doing that to you?
January 6th, LMAO.
As they should. I mean, Ethan hosts a comedy podcast where everything should be taken literally and seriously. So
Jesus Christ. The hypocrisy from this guy is something else. Jesus, maybe I should get in shape and maybe he'll feel confident enough because he's younger than me. Maybe I should box him. Ugh.
Box Deaf Noodles?
Yeah. That could motivate me to get in shape.
I mean, yeah, Ethan Klein versus Keem versus Deaf Noodles.
Who I do? I go to shake his hand and then punch him in the face.
Oh, yeah.
So I could see again, and then I did you a favor. Now you can still be the good guy.
Thank you, conservatives, for being the enlightened ones who have real conversations about real issues. Just like...
Are you kidding me? He never has... Everybody's a dumb fucking old and a Nazi.
Someone had a funny joke in chat. Def Noodles versus Tommy C. Winner keeps the New York accent. Shout out to JFA in the chat for that.
Yeah.
Tim Pool in this clip.
No amount of children dying should justify someone having their rights taken away.
I agree with that. Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
You do not
Yes.
get to strip someone of their human rights.
If somebody else fucking does something illegal, makes sense to me. Like somebody yells fire in a crowded building. That means I can't have free speech.
Because of harm to children.
So let me see if I get this straight. Children being slaughtered in school by weapons of war, no human rights deserved. Guns, human rights. Our country's going to hell. And
no, you don't. You're just painfully stupid person. You know that I really. You know who's like Nick DiOrio and fucking I'd say Papa God probably did the biggest service because now he's so. How many views does this have? Now he's so he's only got 20K on this one. He's so politicized now. He's only preaching the choir, whereas he had some kind of because YouTube drama kind of like it really goes to everybody.
Is it the choir of the deaf?
Yeah, it's just now it's just a bunch of he's just preaching the choir.
palate cleanser.
He's never been funny a day. And hides behind this. I did open mic at a stand-up once.
I sang a song at open mic.
I sang a song.
Yeah,
I mumbled at an open mic. I'm a sophisticated.
You're not doing it now.
I'm a sophisticated comedian. No, none of this stuff will ever get on. Thank you, Poofers. And thanks for coming back to, remember, Mrs. Boohoo Big O. Is that a Mrs.? I forget.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. We'll just call you transgender and just make it fair.
Yeah, we don't want to misidentify you and get canceled.
Did you want to watch what?
Mike something. I don't want to like. That's why I can't get like all up in arms about this. I don't agree with that with Ethan, but I don't care. Yeah, it's really tough. But the best thing is when something like this happens to you. Where are all you free? Excuse me. Where are all you free speech guys? Well, they're not with you. You're not one of them. You know? Where are you guys now? You know.
Yeah, if a bully gets bullied, it's like
yeah.
But I don't care. Karma's a bitch.
Brain Dead Noodles has had part of Ethan's ass. No wonder his hair looks like poop. Poop emoji. He really is stupid with that haircut. He barely. You know what the thing with this is? It's across the board. It's YouTube is. I don't know. I'm not as good with words today as I have been in the past, but it's never-ending childhood for everybody, myself included. I mean, it'll keep you there forever. It's perpetual childhood. I don't care what you're doing. It's perpetual childhood. The only guy I see that acts like an adult is fucking Joe Rogan. And not that he ever gets a little silly. I mean, he's a comedian. But it's just perpetual childhood. From Ethan. Or from all these people. Ethan deserves to get bullied. People need to grow up mentally. Well, yeah. People say that social media has made everyone stupid. Yes. No, I don't believe that. No, it hasn't. Social media showed you how stupid the world really was all along, and given those people a lot more power. That's what it is.
Yeah, we didn't realize how stupid people.
Yeah, we had no idea how stupid people were. Because before, stupid people were gate-kept out of like having a public voice. Because somebody in television knew, or Hollywood said, a super person can get famous. You don't have to be that talented. It's perpetual drama in high school antics.
Yeah, you just need a smart publicist to talk for you.
We'll end up like Ethan, almost 40, bickering over nothing. And not even bickering over nothing. I wouldn't call this fucking, this gun stuff nothing. But the fact that he can't express himself any better than somebody raising their hand in history class in fucking 11th grade does say something. And I know what you're saying. Yeah, we'd be pretty goofy. I mean, I guess I'm not in a goofy mood. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not in a terribly goofy mood, so I'll flip back to being a child as soon as I see fit. But yeah, George Carlin was right. As stupid as people think, they're a lot twice as stupid as that. It's true. People aren't that bright. Nobody knows how anything works. I asked somebody sometime, like, how does your phone work? I turn it on. I watched the first Jackass movie, which is one of the funniest movies ever made. But you know what the funniest thing they did? Because it was really funny. I could see somebody saying this. They rent a car and they put it in destruction in a fucking, what do they call those, crash derbies?
Like
demolition derbies.
Some derby.
Demolition derby.
Knoxville paints a number on it and takes the rental car to a fucking demolition derby and puts 2 sex dolls in the back of the car, right? And he walks in there and the guy takes the car back and he says, I've never seen anything like, I mean, all my years I've never seen anything like this. Like, you're gonna pay for that.
You're gonna help me pay for it.
You're gonna pay for that. And like and Knoxville is just like, no. And it's a joke. And then he goes, look, you've signed this. And he goes, that's just paperwork. But I mean, I literally can see somebody doing that. How many times have we like profiled somebody here and like you have no idea how the world works? And that's why that was so funny. And that was before social media was big. It was around, but it wasn't as big as it was.
Is that the first skit in that movie?
Yeah, it's first or second one. Then he finishes it off by grabbing the sex dolls and running away. Those guys are fucking funny.
The second movie's great.
Yeah, that's the one. I can't get that one in English for some reason.
You can't get the second one in English?
No. I have the really
good old Terror Taxi.
Oh, Terror Taxi. He did that to what, Aaron, right?
Danger Aaron, yeah.
Yeah, I guess everybody hates Aaron. I think still. Ethan shares the same similarities of Alfie. Hat change Dave.
They made his beard out of everybody's pubic hair.
I remember that was funny.
And they glued it to his face. That is.
And they used the guy from the Indian guy from that Lizard Squad that
Lizard Squad
or whatever the fuck they're called. Funny, this is funny. Yeah, I watched Jackass number 4, and that's why I got the first one. I wanted to go back 20 years or whatever it was. But yeah,
did you want to watch the Keemstar video? The Keemstar Twitter video as well?
Did I? Probably not.
Put in.
Let's just go to it. Fuck it. I don't know. It's like a bunch of fucking kids are dead. It's tough to joke around.
Says the guy who put dead kids in the title.
I just because left wingers are triggered and they don't get the joke. Ethan calls for a terrorist attack. See that like this you want to know why we're fucked right there? It calls for a terrorist attack. So yeah, like this is like our side doing the same thing. Look at this. Ethan Klein calls for a terrorist attack on U.S. soil. Well, that's not exactly what he was doing.
No, everybody's spitting.
Nobody can tell the truth. Like no, everybody's like, it's my side or nothing. No one can tell the truth.
Well, everyone keeps using like the same tactic against each other, so everyone kind of comes off a bit bad faith.
Yeah, there's no good faith. And Ethan's stupid. This one right here? I think I played this right.
No, it's one I sent you. It's just Keemstar talking.
Yeah, and he's saying it's a terrorist attack on U.S. soil. Everybody's doing the same shit. It's really fucking ridiculous. Redonkulous. Tough to take seriously. I'll take some calls or something like that.
Hop in the waiting to call. Have your shit working, even though we all know that none of you will.
Yes. Let's see what you...
On YouTube, there is a terms of service. There's rules. If you break the rules, you get in trouble. You get a strike, whatever, right? You know, you get...
And we all know the rules aren't evenly enforced. They're bullshit.
Punished, all right? Every YouTuber has to follow these rules, except for Ethan Klein. We have seen throughout the years, this dude...
Actually, he got clipped by what he said about you. It was last August.
Yeah. He got clipped for fucking the puppet, right? Puppet Keemstar.
Yeah.
Breaking terms of service nonstop and not be punished by YouTube.
And then he wasn't even punished for the right way. He wasn't punished for fucking calling for a terrorist attack. He was bullying and harassment. What, the NRA? That's just a group.
Yeah, dude. Well, here's the new one. He calls for a bomb threat. Listen to this.
So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
What?
Okay, I'll roll that back.
Roll that back.
You know, I don't know, man. Because, like, the reason I have a problem with this is I've said stuff like this and then I've said it in Minecraft or anything. I'd be a total hypocrite. And I'm pretty sure Keem has too.
Yeah.
This is a microcosm of the problem. This is why there's going to be no gun legislation and more dead kids. That's it. No one's going to do anything. Because most people don't even care if they do anything. They like a lot of like let's say they get the gun law they want and somehow it still keeps happening, right? They don't care. They don't care if it works or not. They just care if they got the credit for it. It's a big virtue signal.
Yeah, you'll roll it back, but you just said it. You just said it. Yeah, you'll roll it back, but you just said it. You just said it.
Whatever. I don't need
Whatever.
This. Whatever. Like, and how much you want to bet if Dev Noodles covered this, he'd say I was sucking up to Keem? You think he'd put that in? No, he'd omit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd omit it.
He'd be completely bad faith and just turn you
like,
into...
so, I mean, I'm not saying Keem doesn't do that stuff, and he does. You know, but like, it's just... God, if you can't trust drama creators, who can you trust?
I mean,
what's the world coming to? Who can you trust?
To be fair to Keem, like Ethan Klein literally accused him of like getting Etika to like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It goes both ways. I'm not saying, but you know, it doesn't mean I can't like point out the truth.
Right.
He didn't call for a terrorist attack. All right. And that was the one thing that kind of got me and Keem to drop the whole beef with each other, is because I refuse, as much as I hate his guts, to sit there and say he had somebody like had anything to do with that poor kid's death. Dead kids, dead black kids. I mean, they'll stand on anything.
Yeah.
Anything would solve. Like, how much has Ethan done for mental health since? Nothing. It's much easier to say Keemstar killed Etika or had anything to do with it. Etika wasn't mentally ill on his own accord and extremely disturbed.
No,
and that wasn't tragic enough. No, it's somebody talked him into it in a metaphorical conversation about that had nothing to do with his suicide. Etika killed himself because he couldn't take it anymore. Whatever it was. I don't know because I've never felt that way.
Whatever
it was, man. It wasn't his fault. I don't think so. I think whatever chemistry was going on in his head, I don't think, no. And I certainly don't think Keem had anything to do with it. He didn't even say jump off a bridge, right? What was his exact?
A cliff. You could just walk up, yeah.
And everybody throws bridge. Walk off a cliff, which is a metaphor. If nothing matters, then kill yourself. You know, that's basically what he's saying. Metaphorically. It wasn't even in Minecraft. It's like a legitimate fucking question.
Yeah, if like the world is a simulation, why not just test that?
Like, I mean, isn't it like a definition of an existential crisis?
Yeah.
And nobody tells the truth. We go to Hassan? Well, he'll lean on anything political. The only good thing about Hassan is he's wrong about absolutely everything. And it's pretty clear that he's a himbo and hides when anything gets tough. Good for him. He's good looking. Works. Being good looking will get you through a lot in life. Boo-hoo. Big oops. Welcome back to membership. Hello?
All right. Let's see. Might be mobile.
I want to try the thing.
Well, I got MikeTheBike on guest role, so he can just come in, right? Mike, if
well, I'll pull it. I want to see if it works. He's already got guest role. Mike, you there?
Yeah, it's not going to work.
You sure it doesn't work? Okay.
Nope.
All right. Let me finish it.
They're
Doesn't work
pulling
when you
back.
call him, huh? Okay.
Then
Come in,
Mike. Come in, Mike.
Boo-oo-hoo. Big oops. God, I wish they'd fix that shit, man. Mike, you're on.
Mike, you there?
What's up?
What's happening?
Yo.
What do you got?
Honestly, yeah, like I said before, the dono, it's like considering everything Ethan has been doing for the past couple of years, it's like I'm like super pro free speech. Like anyone that knows me knows that. How can I possibly care about what's happening to Ethan though? And considering everything else that he's done in the past, like, I mean, even just recently, he's accusing someone of sexual assault.
Yeah, those two jackasses, something
Fresh and Fit or something
Fresh
like
and
that.
Fit, who were spectacular douchebags, but didn't deserve that.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna cut my nails on live. Wow. Yeah, it's impossible. But you know what? But what gets me more, if you get a conversation, like if you watch Papa Gut and Def Noodles, and when he, politely tries to explain what's apocryphal about it, like they just shut off. Like, and we can honestly say since he's been consistently making the same mistakes. Consistently. So he's either extremely mentally ill himself, and I don't say that like with any kind of like, ooh, yeah, that's great. Told you so. There's either some kind of mental illness there, or just like you're a horrible person. Everything's just so bad faith. What?
Ethan or Def or both of them?
Well, both of them. You get the same result when you. My experience is when you have people that ingrained and treat ideology as a religion, there's no talking to them. Well, you think Ethan could have a conversation with somebody that's willing to have a conversation? I've never seen Steven Crowder like scream and yell and act like an asshole like I do when I get a stupid caller. Not once. But what did Ethan do in that situation? He fucking, he sent somebody else in to do his dirty work because at some level he knows he's stupid. Here's another thing. It was obvious that Ethan knew that joke was close. And it was obvious, like, to the borderline, if he did remove it, of getting in trouble. And fucking he had his co-host, his producer, and fucking his wife saying, no, don't go that route. And he did it anyway. So my thing is, like, you probably wouldn't mind to see a bomb go over there. Like and he doesn't realize, like, by talking about being nonviolent and stuff like that, and you only want a conversation, that just kind of eclipses. It means you don't mean anything you say. And I don't think you can tell. You could see it with people. I'm really using them as an archetype, like Def Noodles and H3 and people like him. You could see when they're spoken to in a way that is considered like fair. Like they just nothing goes through. You can't get them to recognize any kind of hypocrisy. They just try to hold their worldview together, or completely pretend they didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, they just have a total inability to admit fault.
Yeah, you can really see that with Def Noodles. You really could see it on display.
No, that whole
with Ethan,
debate.
You see it by making the same mistakes over and over.
Papa Gun was crazy.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Thanks for the call, man. What do you got, Riveter?
So have you seen this potential controversy over the Teddy Fresh donation to the GoFundMe?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so on that podcast that you guys were talking about in question, Hila had a new shirt she put out that was to raise money for the victims of this horrible shooting, right? Okay, so about 12 hours or so ago, she, under the Teddy Fresh Twitter handle, if you go there, it's still there, she tweeted out, or somebody from there tweeted out, showing that they had donated $50,000 to that GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm.
but now the donation is gone.
I don't understand. Gone where? Like
Okay. It's disappeared. What I mean by is there's no record of that donation. I actually went
How did they
to the
donate?
donation.
All right.
Possibly, I don't know. It could be a website glitch. That's very well possible. Or two.
Did they withdraw? Could the person who put in the donation withdrawn it?
Exactly. Yeah.
So how is that? How is that controversial for Ethan?
Because it was under Teddy Fresh. It was a Teddy Fresh.
Oh,
donation.
they made a donate. Teddy Fresh made a donation. Okay, I missed it. Then my fault. And then it was removed. I don't know. I don't want to get it. That's too much. I'm not against speculation, but
Is Riveter, is the money still there? Like, you know how when you donate, the money goes into the, like, you see how much has been donated? Has there been
$50,000 or less?
Well, there's been so many donations, right? There's no way to really.
In fact, there's no way. There's no reason to go on with this. It's too much speculation. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going down this route. You need more than that, Riveter. Thanks for the call, though. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, not my way. Give Big Oops the.
Big Oops is having mic issues, not mobile issues.
Okay. They ready to go then?
I'll check.
Let's go. Big Oops. You're on here. All right. Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, John, I got a question to ask you.
Yeah.
If your dick don't work, would you be talking shit like Ethan Klein?
Yeah, probably. Is that how you sum up all men? Whether their penis gets hard or not? I mean, Jesus. It eventually stops working someday. Like, if you're an old man with, some kind of dick problem, I was like, your opinion doesn't count anymore?
I'm wondering, where does the source of Ethan Klein's pride come from? Because, like, he's barely a man now. And it's like, who takes him seriously now? His wife doesn't clearly.
You like emasculating men, don't you?
Nah, just Ethan Klein.
Just Ethan Klein?
Yeah, I don't look like a man.
Your husband's dick's not going to work one day, more than likely.
Oh, I'll make sure it works.
They don't work forever, from what I understand, from what I've been told. Well,
hopefully I pass away first. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I love how you look. You look at it just like a woman. Well, I'm so hot. I'm so good in bed that I'll make it. No, you won't. No, you won't. It doesn't work.
I don't know.
You know what you should do? As soon as you get married, you fall in love, and your husband starts having erectile problems, just say, you don't love me anymore, and divorce him. Because clearly that's the case. There you go.
Well, I was just wondering, does Ethan have cum for brains? But I'm starting to think he just has fat and pizza grease for brains. So
maybe he's a piece of shit. You ever think of that? Just that simple. Maybe he's just a shitty guy, and always was. Let's go back to don't give Pyro a platform to defend himself. Maybe he's just a piece of shit. He's just a shitty guy. Who? I wonder if she seems like she's the brains behind the operation anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What makes him so appealing now?
Money.
He's dumb. His dick don't work. I mean, they have one kid together, but what is it?
You know what? Being a middle-aged man myself, it does feel like in life, once you accomplish something and you give her kids, then you're just like an ornament the rest of your life till you die. That's just the life of a man. Then he just hangs. You ever see Grandpa just hanging around at Christmas, just not doing shit, and no one's paying attention to him? Well, Grandpa was useful at one point in his life. Now he's just a pain in the ass, and that's kind of what's happening. Ethan's in the early stage of that. So there you go. You ever see this one man in your house and everybody just fucking ignores him? The kids ignore him, his wife ignores him, all the other women ignore him. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? Everybody has one of those.
Buddy, okay.
You get him a tie for Father's Day, fucking 10 years straight. Nobody cares. That's where Ethan is. He's done everything for her. He's made her a multimillionaire. He's put her in a position where she can start her own businesses. She's had 2 children. What fucking good is he? He's completely and totally useless now. Now he's just a ranting and raving fat lunatic.
He's like
me.
The dad that sits on the sofa. He's the dad that sits on the sofa screaming at the television.
Yeah.
With the tomato
Pretty
sauce
much.
on
It's
his
not
shirt.
making any sense, and if you try to engage him, he just fucking talks. It's like one-way conversation. Yeah. There you go. There's your
Thanks,
answer.
Tommy.
Men are useless. There's your answer. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fucking edgy.
Hi,
How are you? How can I help
I've
you?
been on the show for a while. I wanted to ask. I've saw that something about your health not being okay. Are you okay now?
I answered all that clearly. I mean, I put out other videos.
Yeah,
Don't you think you should get the whole story before you ask me something like that? Yeah.
No. Okay, sorry. I was in Spain. Okay, I had some shit to do.
not my problem.
Yes.
It's
So
the
the
internet.
general-
You just look at the internet. dude.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
it's
not
not
a
going
weird
anywhere.
thing to bring up. Like it's already kind of resolved and everything. And like, oh, did you just want to say like, I hope you get better? Well, thanks.
I wanted to check. Yeah,
you know what I
that's
want
about
from you? I want you to bring something to the fucking table. I hate
Okay,
compliments.
okay.
I hate compliments. I hate sympathy. I like yucks. Bring the yucks. Yucks, yucks,
Okay,
yucks. Or say something
H3h3 is a fag. Okay,
All right, there you
like
go.
I've
Good
been,
job. Good job.
I'm
Fantastic
extremely
job.
annoyed.
Bye. Let's put another genius in here. Brick, you're on the air. Bring the yucks, Rick. Brick, bring the yucks.
Brick, be funny. Fucking change your higher your volume, you fucking asshole.
Where am I coming out of here right now? Hold up. All right.
I'm gonna ban you for an hour.
No, give me 2 hours. No, wait, an hour's good.
Give me 2 hours. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I've only got 7.
I'm not Oz.
Yeah, you're banned for an hour.
There you go.
Yeah, fucking jerk off. I hate that. I hate bring something to the table. Nesquik, bring something to the table.
Nesquik, unmute.
He doesn't get how many times have I blown him up or hung up on him or done everything? He's got to have something prepared. No, he isn't. He's completely useless.
Yeah.
He wishes he was that grandpa. He's never here. Look at this. Boo-hoo, big oops. Brick is never going to get to the stage where nobody gives a shit about him when he's fucking 60. No, he's never going to get to that stage because you have to have something to offer at one point. Brick has nothing to offer except stupidity and no laughs. Nesquik, go.
Okay, got an honest question here for you.
Sure.
So about a year ago, I made a video where I talked about YouTubers I thought would be irrelevant by 2025, and top of the list was Ethan Klein. I said a lot of stupid shit in that video, but I stand by my prediction on him. What do you think?
When did you make the video?
About a year ago.
Well, I wouldn't say he's irrelevant.
By 2025. By 2025, Tom.
You know, you might be right. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think it's like the hottest take ever. If that's what you want from me. I approve of your take, sir.
Thank you very much.
Tommy
sir.
C approved.
Yeah, well, I need all the wins I can get. In that same list, I named Joe Rogan, so a complete dipshit.
I don't think so.
Well, that's a hot take.
I know.
I think
This
no.
is
In
before
fact,
he blew up
Rogan
again. Yeah,
Rogan will be relevant even if YouTube disappears. Because and I'll tell you why. I'll compare him to other people, except he's the podcast version. Stern, Imus was pretty much relevant to the day he died. Limbaugh, Rogan will be doing this right up until the 70s if he wants to. So I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, he's our Howard Stern now. Right?
Yeah, he really is.
You're completely right. This is back when he made
there's
that
something
Spotify
about
deal.
I got to be honest with you. If I was making videos, I'd have been done already. I think just the fact that I do a talk show, it kind of extends your life because you have a more intimate relationship with the audience, and the audience, if they feel that way, they're more likely to send you money and stick around.
Which is probably why Ethan Klein started doing podcasts to begin with.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I would say this though: in the old days, Ethan would have been canceled off regular radio, with a drop in ratings like he has.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. You can crowdfund. So. Another thing is he could sit there and just look at this guy. He looks stupid. He's stupid and useless. He's not particularly funny anymore. If he does say something funny, he's got to apologize for it. But he set her up pretty good. So let him rant and rave and feel like he's smart. That's all his show's about, is feeling like he's smart. What comedian is he as good as or interesting in his vein? Who does he compare to? He used to have interesting interviews when he was
Brendan Schaub, yeah.
Like what? Everybody says he ripped when he was funny. They're saying he's ripping off fucking
Sam Hyde.
Sam Hyde, who is, I don't like all Sam's stuff, but boy is he different and interesting. He's twice the talent Ethan is. I don't care if he's half as successful or even a quarter. He's wicked talented.
Sam Hyde has the ability to be funny, like right then and there. Like you sit him down, and be funny. Ethan Klein does not have that. He can't be funny like on the.
Few can.
He needs someone to set him up for a joke or something.
I often wonder the reason. I often wonder if fucking Ethan had something to do with the Sam iDubbbz thing.
I mean, probably
in a weird way to discredit Sam Hyde, because that's the one thing that I bet sticks in his craw more than anything else, even more than Keemstar. He ripped off Sam. I've never seen a really good example where that's true, but I think what Ethan might have ripped off with Sam is the vibe, not the words. I mean, he didn't do a Vape Nation, did he?
Vape Nation wasn't that ripped off of someone else? I can't remember.
I don't even know. See, I don't want to say it unless it's true, but it does feel Sam Hyde-ish. It has a Sam Hyde feel to it. You know, you can't copyright fucking a feel. You can only copyright notes and words.
Yeah, it was like Sam Hyde, Tim and Eric, all those guys.
Yeah, it seemed like one of Sam Hyde's stupid fucking characters.
Yeah.
Did feel that way. For sure. I'm done.
All right, we did
Take
now.
care, Nesquik.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace. Good man. Two things going on right now. We're doing a very quick. Not even really quick, as long as it lasts. Matt's doing a stage. You got to be a Discord member to do it. And any calls that we didn't get to or anything you want to talk about that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, going there. I'll be in the background a little bit, but in 30 minutes from now, I mean, if you want to watch fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I'll be watching both episodes that came out of the show with commentary, so there will be pauses. I do recommend you've watched it ahead of time. Otherwise, it might be a little annoying. I'm going to be really critical of it. Most people seem to love it. Interesting. For the people who saw it, one, if you loved it, two, if you hated it. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was not happy.
Can I shout something else out?
Sure, go ahead.
The Clear as Mud podcast with Banana Grabber and Riveter, they're going to be talking about the Aiden Bunk debate with AC. They're going to be talking about that at 5 p.m. Eastern as well. So
Aiden Bunk had a debate?
Aiden and Bunk had that debate with AC. Remember we talked about it on stream.
Oh, really? Is that a... Oh, well, you told me about that. Yeah, go watch that show.
Yeah.
But I'll be live. Remember, in order to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi with me, it'll be in what movie? Is it the movie room?
Movie room, yeah.
Movie room. Yeah, I'll be doing it. Got to behave yourself in there because you all talk at the same time. How many people are allowed in there? I'm going to make as many people. Let's see. User limit? No limit. Okay, yeah, movie room. In 30 minutes from now. And you can go now and do your fucking thing, and I'll stand. I'll have a cigarette and pop in there. Sorry, I don't have a lot of energy today. I've really been low on energy, period. Oh, you want to hear something crazy? I went to get my Dr. J jersey, right?
Yeah,
so over here, I told you that. Well, I'll tell the audience now. I went to go pick it because my address auto completes and it said Tommy instead of Thomas. They wouldn't let me fucking, even though I brought a photo ID to this address that's on there, and it said Tommy. They wouldn't hand over the package for my Dr. J jersey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You got to be kidding me. How many people with my last name live in this part of Germany with the exact same fucking address? Unbelievable. So here's the thing, but I don't speak the language well enough. Normally, being a New York, New Jersey guy like I am, you make threats and it works, but I can't. I'm not good enough to do that. So, and they don't do that. Everybody's like, hey, Germans do everything not to cause a scene. So, yeah. Also, if you want to watch Stardust's last hurrah or last stand, we uploaded that over the weekend too. For some reason you're interested, and we got timestamps for that as well. And hopefully we'll have a good week. Boy, it's been boring. I did win like $100 playing poker. If you cared.
Congrats.
So I hope you see you with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'll tell you what I liked, didn't like about it, and I promise it's not going to be me crying about fucking Kathleen Kennedy. I'm really going to go over the show. So that's what we're doing. What? Yep. Boy, I exited a different stage. I never exit from here. Really off. There's always tomorrow with AC. See ya.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence, devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist, fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne, running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me, head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree, Chi-Town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones.
Oh, Bad Batch trailer. Nice.
Alright. Make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.
One for me and one for my hooker.
That's right.